Profit analysis. The Audubon Society of Normal State University is planning its annual fundraising eatathon. The society will charge students $1.10 per serving of pasta. The society estimates that the total cost of producing X servings of pasta at the event will be C of X equal 350 plus 0.10x plus 0.002x squared dollars. Calculate the marginal revenue and profit functions. To compute the marginal revenue, we would need to obtain the revenue function first, but the revenue is simply the price times the quantity. In this case, X is the quantity, the number of servings, and the price sold per serving is $1.10. And so the revenue function is simply 1.10 times X. The profit is always the revenue minus the cost. The revenue function is 1.10x that we just found minus the cost, which is 350 plus 0.10x plus 0.002x squared altogether in the parentheses because we want to subtract the entire cost. Simplifying this, we have 110x minus 0.10x will give us 1x minus 350, where we distribute the negative sign, and then minus 0.002x squared. This is negative 0.002x squared plus x minus 350, and this is the profit functions. Once we obtain the revenue function and the profit function, we can find their marginal. The marginal revenue is R prime of x, which is the derivative of 1.10x, or simply 1.10. The marginal profit is P prime of x, which is the derivative of the profit function, negative 0.002 times 2x, plus derivative of x is 1, and derivative of negative 350 is 0. And so the marginal profit is negative 0.004x plus 1. Now that we obtain the marginal revenue and the marginal profit function, compare the revenue and the profit, and also the marginal revenue and the marginal profit if you have produced and sold 200 servings of pasta. We simply use the input 200 to answer this question. For the revenue, R of 200 is 1.10 times 200, where we can just simply do it by hand or use a calculator to get 220, and the unit will be dollars. This means if we serve 200 servings of pasta, then we will get $220 in revenue only. Now, the profit is P of 200, which is negative 0.002 times 200 squared plus 200 minus 350. Here, we simply plugged in 200 into the profit function. Evaluate this, we get 230 but negative. The unit is dollars. This is a loss. What this means is that if we serve 200 servings of pasta, we will get $220, but after we subtract the cost, we will still lose $230. That's not enough to recover our costs here. What about the marginal revenue and the marginal profit? R prime of 200 is 1.10. This marginal revenue is a constant function, and so regardless of what we plugged in, we will get $1 $8.10 per additional serving. This is flat. This is fixed. P prime of 200 is negative 0.004 times 200 plus 1. Evaluated, we'll get 0.2. And the units for both marginal revenue and marginal profits is dollars per serving of pasta. Dollars per serving. For which value of x is the marginal profit 0? Interpret your result. If we want to know what value of x would make the marginal profit 0, then we simply take the marginal profit equation, which is negative 0.004x plus 1, and then we will set it equal to 0. This is when the profit is 0. And so negative 0.004x equals negative 1. X equals negative 1 over 0.004 negative. And so we get 250. This is the number of servings. What this means is that if we serve 250 servings, we will break even. And hopefully, after that, we will start making money. So, to make money in these scenarios, we would need to sell more than 250 servings. Any number of servings that is less than 250 will result in a loss.